Kigali University, the premier private institution of higher education in Rwanda and the Great Lakes region, has been on a mission of providing unrivaled, internationally recognized education to students in Rwanda and beyond. And as the institution continues to pursue excellence in education, on January 2025, Mount Kigali University, which was formerly known as Mount Kenya University, Rwanda, took a leap of faith by introducing a new school, the School of Law. This effectively thrusting the university into the exclusive league of universities in Rwanda offering legal studies.
Mount Kigali University was awarded accreditation for the LLB, the Bachelor in Law program, in October of 2024. After which, in December, on the 24th of December, just on Christmas Eve, we were awarded accreditation for the Master of Law program at Mount Kigali University.
And with heavy investment in a moot court and all the legal studies tools and facilities, as well as tapping some of the best members of faculty in Rwanda and around the region, Mount Kigali University School of Law was commissioned, with an impressive number of students registering for the inaugural intake.
We were able to recruit 60 students in our first intake.
Mount Kigali, they empower generations through quality education. And I wanted to go to Mount Kigali so that I can get that quality education. As a lawyer,
the Mount Kigali School of Law kicked off its operations by offering Bachelor of Law degree and Master of Laws degree in Commercial Law and Investment, following accreditation by Rwanda's Higher Education Council.
There is a gap for those matters, so that is why we invest in such kind of programs and such kind of approach.
The school, banking on the success of Mount Kigali University's strength in internationalization of university education by creating linkages with regional and international universities, top on the list being its sister university, Mount Kenya University in Nairobi, Kenya.
It is about being on a global outlook. It's being on an image where you are at a global market or at a global space. And the complexities that it brings, the challenges that it brings, that we are able to beat them.
With every intention of living to its billing as a leading international university, the leadership of Mount Kigali University decided to award the pioneer students at Mount Kigali University School of Law an international trip to Kenya on an exchange program. And so the team set out for Nairobi, Kenya, the city known as an international hub for business in the East Africa region, a town with remarkable infrastructure and the only city in the world that has a national game park. Their first stop was at the Mount Kenya University School of Law at Parklands campus right at the heart of Nairobi. Here, the students from both universities were able to mingle and exchange ideas as they learned from each other the various tenets of law and sought to align the best practices from both countries.
I'm looking forward to network with other students, and I'm looking forward to learn more from their mediation systems, arbitration systems, to explore Nairobi. As I've seen, it's an exciting city, and also to see what else I can just bring up to them or where I can invest in their legal system.
The key highlight was an address from the Dean of the Mount Kigali University School of Law, Professor Fractious Bigirimana, who delivered an insightful lecture on the Gashasha Courts, Rwanda's unique approach to community-based justice and reconciliation. On the Kenyan side, the chairperson of Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, Ms. Jacqueline Waihenya, engaged students in a session designed to equip them with practical arbitration and mediation skills. The students from both universities would later engage in a moot court competition.
The interesting part about this exchange program is that we are having to compare two legal systems, one being common law, another being the civil law. While at it here, we are able to compare and evaluate ourselves on how far or how much more we need to gain from each of the universities. We are hosting our Mount Kigali Sister School, Mount Kigali University here in Kenya. We are looking forward to a robust exchange program.
On the second day of the visit, the students from Mount Kigali and Mount Kenya universities got a rare chance of visiting Kenya's Supreme Court, which is the apex court in decision making. Here, the students were first taken through a guided tour of the Judiciary Museum, which showcased Kenya's rich judicial history through preserved legal artifacts and documents. They also got a chance to gain first-hand insights into the structure of Kenya's judiciary, including its tribunals, as well as the roles and responsibilities of the Supreme Court and its administrative wing. The students were privileged to be addressed by one of the 7 judges of the Supreme Court, Honorable Lady Justice Njoki Ndung'u, in one of the courtrooms.
Our decisions are final in this country and cannot be appealed. It also means that all courts below us are bound by our decisions, but the Supreme Court is not bound by its own decisions.
And as a sign of appreciation, the Rwandan students gifted the Supreme Court judge with Rwandan regalia. The students also had a chance of visiting Kenya's parliament buildings, where they were taken on a tour of the facility and had a chance of meeting the lawmakers. On the third day, the students had an academic tour of the Nairobi Industrial Area Remand and Prison. This visit provided an in-depth look at Kenya's correctional system, focusing on the Prisons Act, the Boston Institutions Act, and community service orders under the Department of Probation and Aftercare Services. Key discussions centered on theories of punishment, sentence mitigation, prison reforms, and governance within the justice, law, and order sector reform program.
Let me express first of all the enthusiastic and excitation that we have for visiting this place where inmate people are living. We are just, it is an exceptional opportunity for us, Rwandans, because it is not easy for Rwanda to get such kind of opportunity. It is not allowed for this number of people to visit this place. That's why for us it is the first time to visit this place. So that's why I'm saying that it is an exceptional opportunity, exceptional occasion.
Personally, I think that it's really different from Rwanda. The feeding programs, the way they stay in, it's really different, and I really enjoyed it.
I've learned a lot today. Actually, I've never been to a remand center. This was my first time, and I'm really excited. I really thank the administration for thinking about this. Yeah.
Later in the day, the students visited the Rwandan embassy in Kenya, where they met the Rwandan High Commissioner to Kenya, Ambassador Richard Masozera, and engaged in discussions on international legal systems, global trends, and best practices in diplomacy and legal affairs.
You should have ambition to be a lawyer that handles big transactions, things. And you can't do that for as long as you still one with his own law firm, another one with their own law firm. It has to be cross-border, it has to be regional, it has to be big. And you can achieve it, especially when now, if you are here, you are going to be together for a few weeks. Maybe in some years to come, we'll be having a law firm together.
For the first time in their lives, the students drove to the standard gauge railway station in Nairobi, where they boarded the train for a 472 kilometers journey from Nairobi to the coastal city of Mombasa. The students enjoyed the breathtaking views of Kenya's countryside as the train sneaked through the different scenery and towns, passing through even national parks, including the Tsavo East National Park, as they had a time of their life.
We are here, happy. I'm so happy.
I'm really excited. I've been told that the place is so nice, very hot, and my experience here in Nairobi has been very nice. The people are very welcoming. They're really good, and I love the way they speak Swahili, all of them.
And after a 4-hour journey, the upcoming legal practitioners finally landed at the coastal city of Mombasa. giving the students and members of faculty alike a chance to sunbathe in the sandy beaches and enjoy the breathtaking scenery of Kenya's coast region.
It's a really good place. I have enjoyed. It's a lot of fun here. Like, I'm liking it. I wish I could visit it every week. We love Mombasa!
Besides the fun, the law students from both universities participated in the Mount Kenya University Student Association Council Induction Workshop, which was taking place in Mombasa, an indication of how Mount Kenya University mentors student leaders to be leaders of tomorrow in their various fields.
They have come to be able to interact and see how we run our induction process for the MKUSA, the student leaders, so that they can be able to mirror that one in Kigali and maybe even make it better.
A key highlight of the Mombasa tour was a mental health and leadership talk by the co-founder of Mount Kenya and Mount Kigali Universities, Dr. Jane Nyotu.
When you become a leader, you need to be aware about where you are and how to take care about your mental health so that you are able to help those you are leading.
From Mombasa, the team embarked on the journey back to Nairobi before proceeding to Nakuru, where they were treated with a visit to Lake Nakuru National Park. This park, which also encompasses Lake Nakuru, is home to the world-renowned flamingos. The trip concluded with an address from the former chairman of the Law Society of Kenya Nakuru chapter, Advocate Lawrence Karanja, as well as a keynote address from the chairman, Board of Management, Professor Simon Gisharu.
We want to see the internationalization. Let's not be contented with just what we do in class every day. Let's also try to get it from others. And Fructus, we want to see also giving a lecture to our MKU students so that we can be able to expand this relationship.
I look forward in 10 years to come to meet one of you being the advocate representing Mount Kigali, so that when you do your profile, you'd be saying, among my client is Mount Kigali. Why? So that you can do their conveyancing, you can do their litigation, you can also have very many people you are representing in Rwanda, and you'll be saying, I am an advocate. I am advocating for the people of Rwanda. I'm advocating for the international community. I'm an advocate of people in Kenya.
And so it is a smooth beginning for Mount Kigali University School of Law, even as the university continues to set its eyes higher in a bid to empower students from Rwanda and beyond. Mount Kigali University, empowering generations through quality education.